Ended my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind.
If I say I have a great marriage, that does not discount the 25% of the bullshit.
Whatever.
I'm
But you do
comparing
realize,
the 75-25
but you do realize,
and the 80-20.
But you do realize, if you have a great marriage, but there's 25% of bullshit, it's because he doesn't do 25% of what you want or what you like. This is what we have to be able to decipher the difference between a great man and a man that will do everything that you want. We live in a time where women think if the man challenges her, that it's an issue. No, this is my job.
Now, there was a particular conversation that's been floating out on these internet streets for a couple of months now, but it's not a proper breakdown until good old MTR gives it a breakdown. So today, we's gonna break it down. Now, the story goes, there is, I guess you can describe her as sort of a public figure and a reporter who let us know a couple of months ago that she ended an engagement with a man. Let me bring this up on the screen right quick. Let's make sure that we're having the same exact conversation. So this was posted to Instagram, and it says right here, a woman says she ended her engagement and moved out simply because she, quote, changed her mind. No cheating, no drama, just peace and a fresh start. She goes by the name of Nia Gonzalez, and she writes within the post, "You're allowed to change your mind," she writes. "You're allowed to realize someone no longer works for you, and even after you've exhausted every effort. Life is too short to stay where love doesn't meet you fully." Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. We've heard all of this before. Now, we can go and take a look at her profile just to look at a little bit more information about the young lady. And you'll see here, she calls herself an influencer, 50,000 followers. And I mean, I look at the profile and I think, all right, average at best young lady. Doesn't look like she works out. She just manages the amount of food that she puts into her body, right? She looks like she's in her mid-ish 30s. Right, she's got like a weird eyelash thing or eyebrow thing that's happening right here, right? Like, I look at eyebrows like this and I sense pure and utter delusion. But what does my opinion matter? Anyway, instead of going over, because the post is kind of old now, all right? Instead of going over the post, and really, I don't care about her as a human being. I care about the narrative, okay? Because you'll see here, if you go back to the spiritual world where this was posted, it's got over 90,000 likes, all right? Drummed up crazy amount of conversations within here. So in order to encroach on this conversation in a realistic and fun and entertaining way, I decided to go over to the good old eight at the table. What up? All right? Hopefully y'all are doing okay. But I wanted to go over here to encroach on this conversation because they talked about this. So I wanted to go through the content to get active. So let's do that. Without further ado.
Ended my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when.
See, this is the difference between a man and a woman. As a man, if I have a homeboy who's engaged, him and his woman is living together, and he's getting like cold feet or like second guessing himself, I'm gonna say, look, bro, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. You're starting a new life with somebody. You know, marriage is a big step, and it's okay, you know, but you're not about to leave this woman. You committed to this woman. You told this woman that you want to marry her. You want to spend the rest of your life with her. And I'm going to get on him about making sure he do what he said he was going to do with that woman. As a woman, you know, you want the relationship, then you want the ring, then you want the marriage, then you want the kids and shit. And at any point, you can say, I don't want to do this shit. And then people going like, yes, girl,
queen.
Whatever bad decision you make, we champion that. We have your back. Oh, yes, my village came through and they helped me pack and they prayed for me. And we just had a jolly old time that I just wasted 2, 3, 4 years of this man's life, got engaged to this man. He thinking I'm about to be his wife. And I just woke up one day and I said, fuck it. And every bitch that I know agreed with me and said, yeah, I'm making the right decision. and that's a woman. No matter what bad decisions they make, they're gonna have other people,
Supporting
mainly
bad
other
decisions.
women,
Come on.
saying it's okay, you're making the right decision, even if it's bad, even if it's horrible.
Yeah.
Amanda?
And a woman will support another woman's bad decision, not necessarily because she's an evil woman or even that she wants badly for that woman. It doesn't mean that she's a good friend. It's just women rely on the protection of other women's feelings or even their own feelings. But guess what? The effect of accountability is the opposite of protection, because being accountable means that you're exposing what you did wrong, which is not protection and it's not coddling your feelings, which women seem to just do more often than not. Whereas healthy male social circles, no, we push each other to finish things. We push each other to commit. You got one more rep, bro. You're set, not over. That's what we do. And I think a lot of this is why the divorce rate is so much higher amongst women. It is a scary thing to think that a man can invest all his time, energy, and effort into something that he was convinced was a good thing enough to get down on bended knee. And then at the end, she changes her mind, but also changes it with the support of the cackling friends that make it feel like it's a good decision in order to protect her feelings.
This man who was fiending to say something, he didn't even let me watch the girl's full video, would have given his friend terrible advice, because I don't think that they understand how big of a commitment marriage is. And honestly, he wrote this off as cold feet. And that's not what I got from her whole village helping her pack up her stuff. She stopped herself from making a very big commitment to
And a hard decision.
And a hard decision. To tell a man, nah, bro, you said you was gonna marry her, you gotta do that shit. That is horrible.
I don't think
That's
that's
not
what he was saying, though. I think
She is so
what
ridiculous.
he spoke to was having
Listen,
a
hate at the table. I don't know what y'all think y'all doing with this on the right, baby. You know what? To her credit, let's watch the whole clip.
I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage, and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year. I ended my engagement,
I'm sorry.
and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I had to rehear the beginning of that. So you had a loyal man. There was no domestic violence. There was no cheating. And you just changed your mind. There was nothing effectively wrong, so much so that you said yes to an engagement. You said yes to the ring that you probably both planned on him getting. But after all of that, you just changed your mind. Honestly, listening to this actually makes it seem worse. But then not only that, just listening to the estimation of what the young lady on the right said of what she heard continues to demonstrate the lack of empathy for men that women like her have.
accountability for the responsibility of the investment you
Hold on, what did the brother say?
I think what he spoke to was having accountability for the responsibility of the investment you made, right?
Yeah.
I think two things can exist at the exact same time. And I think that her friends championing her, I don't think that was all the way right. I think someone should say, girl, that's kind of messed up what you did to him.
Yeah.
But I'm
We don't know the whole story.
Wait, let me
Right, yeah.
No, I'm speaking about it the way that she presented it, right?
Right.
Oh, my village is amazing because what they did was support me, right? No, I'm sorry. If you love this person, there is a responsibility as a friend to go, but girl.
Can we tell you what support as a woman?
Wait a minute. There is accountability that girl, what you did is kind of messed up.
And
like
the
you
way
have
she's
the right to
documenting
walk
it.
away, but it's still kind of messed up that you were there with this guy for 4 years, but in the same breath, once again, I will say no one owns anyone, right? And I'll go even further to say everything in life is a risk. And we have to understand that when we enter relationships, we can invest 10 years. It doesn't mean that there's a guarantee, right? It's a risk that we are taking, and we have to make the decision. Is the reward at the end, the possible goal, worth the risk, right? And No, it's not a guarantee we're going to win. There's a chance we may lose. And if we lose, I'm sorry, we have to suck it up and take it because we don't own anyone.
But you don't think that girl...
It's always a blessing to watch these podcasts and being able to identify who's going to make the great fathers of this generation. Shout out to this brother right here. The way that he just broke that down, you know what I'm saying? He could be a public school teacher, a private school. He could teach anything that he want. Kudos to this brother right here. Let's give him a round of applause. And let's continue to listen to the birds chirp.
I'm sorry, we have to suck it up and take it because we don't own anyone.
But you don't think that girl know that was fucked up? That after 4 years, 10 years, that her making this decision to leave was fucked up? You think she needed her friends
By the
to tell
video
her
she
that?
made and what she
No.
said,
No.
I didn't hear at no point that she said that she thought it was messed.
We didn't even watch the video.
What she said was...
We didn't hear the video.
Wait.
You
What
pretty
she
much
said
did.
was, I have to choose me. Or everything she said was an I statement and me.
Nothing about
Everything
him.
was centered towards her.
Yeah.
There was no empathy for that man. I'm sorry. There wasn't.
At all.
I have to actually disagree.
I think that the point of the video was her making a decision for herself and showing her village being there for the decision that she made. And that's just the perspective of the video. But you don't think
But
that
what you're making is an assumption.
It's such a wild jump in order to support the woman. it's such a wild jump. You know what? The dude who got broken up with, email me, contact me. She went viral off of the story a couple of months ago, and she got her internet tokens and points and became a Dallas influencer. Feel free to contact me. I would love to be able to interview you. Let's get your side of the story up here, because it's the exact same type of woman that would never give back the ring. Oh, I just want to just hear the story. We'll do a live stream. We'll do a powwow. We'll roll out the red carpet for you. Let's have a conversation. If you want to chat, the door is open. All right?
Because there's no proof of it in the video.
When it comes to support from like your community, right, your friends, she had about 6, 7 girls over there. You can't tell me that there was not one person that was
the
like
assumptions are
What
so
you're making
wild.
is once again, what you're making is an assumption. There is no proof of that.
I'm thinking is that
I'm
no,
still
listen,
continue to take
y'all men know how y'all commune together, right? But we as women know how we commune.
That's still an assumption. There is no proof. If we took that video to court and we said, was there anyone? What proof is there that anyone told her the latter that what she did to this man wasn't right, or
It's all
who held her
assumptions.
accountable? You know what they say? They would say there's no evidence
no
of that in
evidence.
this video.
Just based off of that video, and
Exactly.
also,
And I'm not saying that you're not right.
so you had the audacity to film it.
That's the
That's
that was
right.
the-
And post it. But listen, I posed that question to the 37 and a half women that are currently watching this channel or this video right now. Do you guys really think that there were any women in there that called her out? Now, your answer will probably be predicated on the healthiness of the women that currently exist within your own circle. But can we all not agree that the young lady showed little to no empathy for what the man endured during that breakup, or what even led to that breakup? The way that the heartless woman presented this was like it was a celebration. But the harpies would just continue to harp to cape for the sister code, blindly defending what is indefensible.
No. That is the weird part. Like I don't understand that.
I want to make this clear. So you said all these women got together as a community.
You're celebrating what he's mourning.
right? To
No,
support
you're not
Right.
celebrating that he's
That's a
mourning.
One of them
celebration.
was like,
Facts.
oh, girl, don't videotape this. Nobody had the common sense to say that, but they were supporting her.
And you're celebrating what he's mourning.
No,
because that video is a celebration. I chose me, everyone. Look, my friends are here to support me.
Selfish.
Can I say something?
The selfish
That's a
modern
celebration of the death that he's mourning. That is
grieving.
very insensitive.
she's not mourning.
Say one thought.
She doesn't sound like she's mourning.
Sound mourning.
She
Guys,
doesn't.
But don't. Okay, and that's an assumption.
No, it's not. I'm speaking to
By her.
what she presented. There,
I also want to say we did not see the full video. That man ambushed the video.
We
I
saw
saw 5 seconds of
another
that.
assumption. I'm speaking to what
How?
we saw.
We didn't see that girl's full video.
No, but you're saying he's mourning.
what we
You're
saw.
literally making an assumption, but telling us to not make assumptions.
Can I say something? I
dog.
also think that she's probably protecting him by not saying what really occurred.
What?
Because I agree. I'm
She
just
said
saying.
he was a good man.
I'm
and there was
telling
nothing
you.
wrong.
I'm telling you.
That
I've
is
been in
another
this
assumption.
situation.
Oh my God. She said he's a good man. Now you're saying she protected him because he was
Dog.
hell on
What I'm
wheels.
saying
Oh
is-
my
what I'm
God.
saying
real
is-
reason that his dick was
That
Can I just
they
say
would-
my
She didn't wanna marry
perspective now?
that.
Because we
Exactly.
all respect each other's
She not gonna
perspective.
say that.
So coming from a woman who has been in a position where I loved my man,
And I was in a difficult situation where he also made me feel like I was in a mentally abusive situation. I wouldn't tell everybody all of the difficult things that I was going through. I would always big him up and make him seem like, all right, you know, like everything's great. He's a great man. Everyone in my family thought that I was in a perfect relationship.
No, but you just described him as mentally abusive. That is a trait that, you know, and we don't know what the actual situation is. The amount of times that I've heard women utilize terms that they think that they understand in terms of the definitions of, such as narcissistic or mentally abusive. Meanwhile, they don't even have an idea how to even spell the word, let alone the definition of the goddamn word. But nevertheless, you're describing something about him that is negative that could lead to the end of a breakup. She didn't do that. And maybe she didn't do that because within her own ego, she still wants to represent herself as a worthy option, right? Like that I'm so awesome and he was so awesome to me, but you know, he didn't do nothing bad, but I just decided to change my mind. And here I go frolicking within this new city. And here I am doing my own thing. And I got my homegirls to support me. The young man on the right is making far less assumptions based off of the information that she gave about the situation, where y'all are having to jump through hula hoops the size of the equator in order to make up situations and scenarios that she never even alluded to. Sheesh.
Because I protected him. So maybe what she's doing here is not putting all of their business out. Yeah, she recorded her family helping them pack and stuff like that. And maybe she did say, yeah, you know what? I had to choose my own self. Maybe my mental health was suffering, something like that. But
what you're doing is a perfect example of projecting.
I'm just
Because
saying
it has nothing that it has. I understand, but you're basing what she went through your experience. That's the perfect example of projecting.
But what I'm doing is also taking detail from the video that we did not fully see, and the fact that she's not saying what fully happened. She said there was a great relationship, but obviously if you're putting yourself first, why are you doing that?
I don't understand how you can pull that he did something wrong from her saying
that. I'm saying she said that.
If she said it was
herself.
Yes.
So I'm saying take the video for what was said and what was presented.
So let's rewind it.
Choosing herself means that there was
an issue.
There was something about the relationship that she could not see herself continuing with. She did not want to commit to this.
Maybe he bit his nails.
And listen, and that's what makes it worse, is that she wasn't leaving a bad situation. She wasn't escaping abuse, sexual abuse, toxicity, violence. By her own admission, he was a great guy with no red flags. She was leaving a good man to choose herself. And that should terrify any young man that is trying to seriously date one of you modern ass women.
And maybe
yes.
Even if that is something.
That is something. See, and this is what I mean. We have to be able to decipher the difference
because
between
you have to commit. There's going to be things that you won't like about your
how
partner.
you feel is not real. Your feelings are a reaction to what is real.
True. Listen, he brought up having cold feet, right? If my brother came to me and was like, I'm having cold feet, I'm gonna be like, look, this is your decision, and right now you're committing to a lifetime of it. So whatever it is, you need to be sure about it. I'm not going to talk about, oh, well, you made a commitment to her. You got kids with her.
What I'm going to do is ask, what's the problem? And if he says she bites her nails, and I'm going to say, bro, are you serious?
I'm not even asking the problem, because the thing is that that problem.
Then how?
No. Listen, that problem has been ruminating.
But how?
How you know it's real?
This is the difference between men. This is the difference between men. You see how you said that problems? It is nature.
It's nature.
You're absolutely, and I've learned to accept it. But you see how you said that problem's been ruminating, because something as little as biting his nails. Once you
no. I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about nail biting. I'm talking about this. I'm saying.
But even if the problem's been ruminating, if it's a small problem, it doesn't matter how much it echoes in your mind. It doesn't make it any bigger.
It doesn't matter. It's still your. It's still your choice. So if this is something that I can do this. I can do this. I can deal with it, and then you realize,
So that's not cold feet? Stop there. That's not cold feet.
I'm saying that it is.
I don't think she committed.
No. It's doubt.
So I have a question.
Hold on. And the doubt has been ruminating. The thing is that perhaps she said it before the marriage and he's saying it the day of. You see what I'm saying? And they both got the opportunity to walk away. It's just that I don't think that you're going to have a friend group where everyone has different personalities. So somebody's going to be real with you. Somebody's going to also say, well, I support you whatever you do.
Oh
and of
my
course,
God.
your mama, your grandma, and well, baby, y'all done paid for the wedding and y'all live together. Trust me, the elders are gonna try to suck you back in. You can't tell me that she didn't have
That conversation.
multiple perspectives as a consequence of the decision that she was gonna make.
I'm going to say something right here. I don't think I've ever said this on the channel. Listening to this young lady talk made me think about how I think that young modern women, right, like you may need to go get therapist standard within your lives, right? Some people, you know, when they become successful, they get like a personal banker. Some people, when they get successful, maybe they get like maids, right? Like maybe they get like a cook, a chef. I think if you're successful, you should invest into a highly rated therapist. And the reason that I say that is that if you're full of other women within your circle who just want to protect your feelings, you are destined to fail. They will never hold you accountable for anything that you might be doing incorrectly, okay? Because this young woman just essentially said something might be ruminating. No matter how big or how small, irrespective of the investment that man has made, the time, the energy, the money, the finances, no matter what he has done, it could be big, it could be small. But she just said, but she's not even going to question it. You're not even going to ask her if the things that she is even speaking about make sense, if it's even worthy of breaking up with him. You're not even going to ask. This is absolutely absurd. This is so crazy. But the reason that I'm saying that you need therapists is because your friends are not going to hit you with the information. Right? Like, let's say like you don't have a strong father figure within your life. You can't trust the men in your life because they're all trying to put eggplant in you. And then you have your homegirls that, right, like you need a third party that can actively look at your sister, at whatever's happening, and be able to assess what. Now, I'm not saying that men don't need therapists as well. I'm not saying that. I just think within my friend groups, we hold each other accountable, right? If something's going wrong and we're having these conversations, I was just having a conversation with my boy the other day and he was talking about some shit and I was like, bro, you tripping. Bro, you tripping. You're going too far. These are the conversations that guys have with each other because our codes are based off of systems of accountability. We don't run from things that make us feel bad if it's the goddamn truth. But they will run from it like the goddamn plague. And exactly what she just said should terrify you because this is the mindset of the majority of them. Let's proceed.
And so that also has nothing to do with them helping her pack up her house.
Who was going to, was he going to help her?
They're definitely, all of the friends could have been like, girl, for real? Like,
they
you really going to
because she said my community supported my decision 100%.
Why wouldn't you support the decision?
But why do you think that?
Because listen, I've been in
situations.
Wait. I've been in situations that I've said to male friends of mine, bro, I don't agree with what you're doing, but if you need my help, I'm gonna help you.
Exactly.
Because you was gonna say, fuck you, I'm not helping you pack up shit.
But what happened?
I gotta stop.
This is my question though. Whatever happened to the realization that relationships require compromise?
Yeah.
And if something small,
and conflict resolution,
we don't know if it was small or big.
Assumption.
Okay,
dog.
I mean,
you're absolutely right. Well, no, it's not an assumption because what she said was he was a good man and it was a great relationship. So I would assume,
and there was no violence, and there was no cheating, and there was no assault. Those would be big things. Like.
No. If I say
it's not an assumption.
No, if I say I have a great marriage, that does not discount the 25% of the bullshit.
Whatever.
Because I'm comparing the 75-25 and the 80-20.
But you do realize if you have a great marriage, but there's 25% of bullshit, it's because he doesn't do 25% of what you want or what you like.
That part.
Now, this is what we have to be able to decipher the difference between a great man and a man that will do everything that you want. A great man is not going to do everything that you want because he has to teach you and he has to lead you. So we live in a time where women think if the man challenges her, that it's an issue. No, this is my job.
It's patriarchy.
This is why I'm here.
Do you think that?
Me? I did kind of agree with that.
Yes.
This is why I'm here.
This is why if you meet a young lady and she did not grow up within respect of positive male role models, run like the damn plague. If she grew up talking about oppression through the patriarchy, run. She will see you as the opposite. She will see you as the oppressor. She will see you as the opposition. She will view your structure as pertaining to a patriarchal institution. She will stop at nothing but uncooperative and not teachable. That's where she will dwell. She will never make you the leader, ever. Run. But let's let the gentleman cook.
Do you think that?
I think
The
that
man,
I don't think
if you listen,
I don't think
I will tell you this: the man that does not challenge you does not love you. That is the reality.
True.
and vice
Does
versa.
not
And
love
I
you.
also think that if there's people are expecting perfect out of relationships these days,
Right.
and it's not going to be perfect.
And-
it's constant work.
And I will say this: we all have this idea in our head of this perfect person that does not exist. No one has ever met them.
Never.
Everyone has this idea of this perfect person.
They don't exist.
No one has ever met. And what I've come to learn is, look, man, you have your core principles, pinpoint what's important to you.
Non-negotiable.
And if that person has 2 or 3 of those important things, you work with them.
Yes.
They're not going to be perfect. But if they have but what's important is that they have the desire to grow. If they have that desire, then anything's possible. But if they're rigid and it's just, well, this is just the way that I am, then leave them alone.
Listen, shout out to that brother. That brother was absolutely cooking. And what's funny is I questioned the participants. Y'all heard me do that a second ago. But it caused for so much reaction from me. So it's actually, shout out to Ed at the table. They're doing a damn good job out there because it's teasing out the reactions that they strive for. I'll leave a link to the channel down in the description box down below. Make sure you guys go over there and check out the totality of their channel. Tell them good old MTR sent you. Damn, I didn't light my candles, baby. I knew something was off with the feng shui in here. You heard? It didn't smell like oak, lavender, and paprika in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fantastic conversation, guys. And when I think about the final comments, right, that's specific around, masculine structure and or order, okay? The thing is that being a masculine man, right, you understand that teaching, right, that providing guidance or structure, right, if not checking your woman is not aggression, it is leadership. Okay, because conflict will happen and people are not perfect. And it's not to say that you're perfect, all right? But you're there to follow her enough to understand her needs so that you can be a better leader for her, okay? That doesn't mean give her leadership position, but that means understand her enough to lead her better, okay? And being able to do this as a masculine man is the difference between a relationship that gets addressed and corrected and one that will quietly deteriorate over time as you continue to kick the nasty little can down the street, ignoring the bullshit as it occurs. And then in some cases, it's going to turn into nasty breakup videos where you are essentially flaunting the end of the relationship with a man got down on bended knee for your ass, all right? And the thing is that as men, we have to focus on this time wasting, even though we got a lot more time on the shot clock than women in this dating game thing. But we got to be able to confront the issues as early as possible and lead the conversation with confidence to build something solid enough to withstand the inevitable friction or the conflict that may happen over the length of a relationship. That is what a man is supposed to do. We are designed to stand on business. Never forget it. Woo! Man, where's my damn shy boy at, baby? Where my... Hold on, wrong button. Shame. Wrong button. Where my... That's the one I was looking for. We don't reach the end of the video. Guys, let me know what you think down up in the comment box down below about what you thought about the information or the debate that we just had within this video. Again, link to 8 at the table down in the description box down below. They're doing a fantastic job over there. All right. So they got my support over here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. You guys agree with the points that I'm saying, disagree with the points that I'm saying. Let's have at it. All right. I'll be down up in the comment section. So let's get active. All right. But until next time, I love you guys. Stay safe. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre. tutorial reviews. Like, comment, and share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.